Every city has noisy apparitions, some big, some small, and some that jumped out of the closets and went, boo!
And some that were convincing and did scare me.
We found a ghost living in a Welsh pub who played the organ, but nobody ever saw him.
A mansion called Lowell House possessed a crying young child who could never be seen except as a shadow. Apparently, he died a tragic death and is buried on the property.
Then there was the horror of Amityville that made an entire family flee after only a month.
But the one that really scared everybody turned up at a Toys R Us.
This seemingly normal toy store is a popular place for local kids. There are those who claim that it's a favorite haunt of a very playful ghost.
Could a ghost be lurking here in this irresistible playground? A psychic named Sylvia Brown believes she made contact with the ghost.
I kept picking up this Yanni Johnson or Johnny Johnston.
The toy store is located on the exact spot where this house once stood. It was built in the late 1800s by a prosperous settler named Martin Murphy.
Further research revealed that a local circuit preacher sometimes lived on the Murphy farm. His name was John Johnson, and he had fallen in love with Martin Murphy's daughter, Elizabeth.
Johnson often worked on the farm to pay for his room and board. Unfortunately, Elizabeth paid little attention to him. One day while chopping wood, Johnson badly slashed his leg. Unable to move or get help, he bled to death.
Bleeding to death is, I've talked to doctors that I do work with, and that's really not that painful. It's sort of a slow tiredness. So he probably doesn't even realize he is dead.
Now we wondered if our psychic Sylvia Brown could make contact with the ghost that was loose in the store.
The best way was to set up a seance. We hired professional photographers to take pictures throughout the session, and it was in their cameras that the unbelievable appeared to happen.
Okay, all right. I really feel him now. I think he's in the back. Yeah, he's beginning to walk. Yeah, now he's coming very, very quickly. Just moving along to the right, turning his head now towards me. Johnny, come, or Yanni, come towards me this way a little bit. He's got his hands in his pockets. He's looking down at his feet.
These photographs were taken during the time that Sylvia Brown is talking to the ghost of John Johnson. The photograph in this proof sheet was taken with infrared film. At the same time, the photograph on this proof sheet was taken with high-speed film. The incredible thing is that the enlarged infrared photograph shows a shadowy figure standing at the back of the picture that does not show up in the photographs taken with high-speed film.
John, you can find Beth if you just go on to the other side. You really are caught in a time framework. No, all right, if you don't want to talk. No, I won't say anything if you don't want to talk about it. It was nice of you to come to see us.
My assistant and I do not remember anyone standing in this position while Sylvia was talking to the ghost of John Johnson. And we cannot explain why a figure that appears in an infrared photograph does not appear in a photograph taken at virtually the same instant with high-speed film.
Take care of yourself. May you find peace, Johnny. Yeah, he's going around the corner. That's very sad.
Well, we called Sylvia Brown and asked her if she believed the ghost was still in the store. Here's what she said. I was there recently with my granddaughter and saw the ghost in aisle 13.